Namaskar. Welcome to my YouTube channel Talent Academy Point. Today's topic is about semiconductor. Basically, I am going to make a playlist of analog system and application, and in this playlist, semiconductor is our first topic. So, before understanding semiconductor, we must need to know why we are studying this topic and what is the importance of this topic. As we all know, we have some past years we have a very big computers. We have a very big computers in which occupied a more space. What now we have very advanced technology, and now we have a very small, very little computers like laptops and also. So, what is the journey of converting those big computers to this laptop? Why this happened? Why this is possible? This thing is possible because of many transistors, diodes, gates, logic gates, which we studied in our 12th class. So, in those transistors, diodes, semiconductor plays very important role. That's why to studying this topic is become very important. So let's see the definition of semiconductor. So this is the definition of semiconductor. Semiconductors are a material which have a conductivity between a conductors and an insulator. So basically this is the definition which you have to write. What is the means of this conductivity? Basically I'm going to explain you this definition. Here the definition tells us semiconductors are those materials whose conductivity is between a conductors and an insulator. So what is conductivity? And what are conductors and what are insulators? To understand semiconductor, we have to understand these three terms. So let's understand firstly conductors, insulator and conductivity. Then automatically you will get this definition very easily. So let's understand conductors. Conductors basically those materials in which current can easily pass. Matlab those materials which allows the current. Whenever we pass some voltage, these materials passes the current or allows the current very fastly. Matlab if we supply a little voltage, then conductors allow that current. Why this is possible? This is because of free electrons. In conductors, number of free electrons is more. Number of free electrons is more. Because of this, whenever we pass the voltage, current starts flowing. Now, what are insulators? Insulators are those materials which does not allow any current. It means they have none any free electrons. Insulators, we can say it has low conductivity. Yeah. Why low conductivity means whenever we have supply any voltage and it does not allow any current, low conductivity means it has very high resistance. I'm giving you some example of insulators, which most common example is diamond, also wooden, mica. There are many examples. And what are example of conductor? Conductors example is aluminium, copper. So now we get the definition of conductors and insulators, what are they basically. And now we will see conductivity. Conductivity can be understood by resistivity. Resistivity rho equal to 1 by sigma. Here sigma is for conductivity. Why resistivity? What I mean, resistivity basically the property of particular material. It varies from material to material. What is the formula of resistivity? Resistivity का formula है RA by L. Okay. So now we see the unit of this rho. Here R is resistance. Its unit is ohm. A area meter square. Length meter. So its unit will be rho meter. Now you can clearly see by this formula, if any particular material have high resistivity, its conductivity is low. So here, as I told you, in insulators, its resistivity is very high, means its resistance is very high, so it does not allow the current. It means its conductivity is very low, means conductance of free electrons is very low. While when we see in conductors, its resistivity is very low, so its conductivity is very high. And now you have an idea what is the mean of conductivity. Conductivity means the ability of conductance, means number of free electrons are ejected from a particular material. Okay, now I am giving you a good example so you can clearly understand this definition which are our priority. Now I am giving you an example. Conductor. Here for copper, our resistivity, which is 10 to the power minus 6 ohm centimeter or ohm meter. For insulator, for mica, resistivity is 10 to the power 12 ohm centimeter. And the example of semiconductors, which are mainly examples, are silicon and germanium. So for semiconductor, silicon and germanium. So silicon has 50 into 10 to the power 3 ohm centimeter, and germanium 50 ohm centimeter. To understand this definition, you have to see these three examples. By this you can clearly understand what are semiconductors basically. So in conductor, we are seeing here example of copper. Its resistivity is 10 to the power minus 6 ohm centimeter. It means its resistivity is very low. 10 to the power minus 6 means its resistivity is very low. And as we know by our formula, resistivity is equal to 1 by sigma. Here sigma is conductivity. So here this thing tell us if we have low resistivity, it means we have high conductivity. High conductivity means whenever we pass a little voltage, then it starts flowing current. So in conductor, conductivity is very high. Now we will see in insulator. Here I took example of mica. As you can see here, the resistivity, it's low. you can correct its row and denoting it can be denoted row. Okay, row, yeah, it is row. Resistivity is 10 to the power 12 ohm centimeter. Now you can make idea 10 to the power 12 is very high value. It means its resistance is very high. What does it mean? It means its conductance is very low. To make any conductor to conductible is not possible by insulators. It can't be make electron to free. So we can say if resistivity is very high, then conductance is low, and this is for insulators. Now you can see okay, let's take example of semiconductor first, then I will explain this. Silicon and germanium are two examples of semiconductor. For silicon, our resistivity is 50 into 10 to the power 3 ohm centimeter, and for germanium is 50 ohm centimeter. It means its resistivity, you can see its resistivity is between conductor and insulator. As I told you this definition, semiconductors are a material which have a conductivity between conductors and insulators. Conductor, you can see here 10 to the power minus 6, then 50 into 10 to the power 3, then 10 to the power 12. It means its resistivity is greater than conductors but less than insulators. That's why we referred its name semiconductors. Now you got an idea of what is all about semiconductor. In next part we will see the types of semiconductors and P and N type. Thank you.